Hey, my name is Václav, and today I want to walk you through what investors actually look for in you, and the opposite, what makes investors and VCs walk away. So let's take a look. Oftentimes founders, when they don't get the money, they get very emotional, pissed away, they don't understand why did he didn't give me money? So the idea is so good. This is childish behavior. You are an adult, you're a businessman, so don't act like a child. If you're not getting the money, it means your product or your presentation or your market sucks, or you're barking at the wrong tree. Those investors, they either don't care about what you do, they have a different strategy, maybe they had a different day, right? So get several meetings, but if you're still getting the vibe no one cares, well, there's something seriously wrong in what you're doing or how you're talking about it. First, is it your communication? What is it? Is it your team? They don't trust your team? Or is it your own expertise as a founder? Dive into it or ask, find out what is killing your fundraising process. You need to know, don't just repeat what's not working with 10 investors to another 30. It's not going to get you anywhere, and you're going to burn your opportunities. Oftentimes, it's just unrealistically high valuation. We've talked about it so many times. If you watch our other videos, or maybe you're in the community, it's valuation. It needs to make sense. Make it make sense. Even if you are a great presenter, you know how to affect people, they love you, they want to give you money, it still needs to make sense, right? So if you're making 10K a month, don't put your valuation at 8 or 10 million dollars or euros. Unless you have a hyper growth segment, or it's crypto is up, or everyone's launching in AI, in fintech, and suddenly it matches the right time, right product, and they just throw money at you because you've discovered gold in these growing markets. If you have a slower market, slower business, maybe you're doing deep tech stuff, maybe you have a SaaS product, just be realistic. And if you don't want to be realistic right now, then just work on it yourself. Show that what you're doing has some serious value, and come later, come in 12 months. Show me as an investor that I should care about what you're doing. And if I'm saying it's not there, then go back to your computer, do some work, and come back and show me. Or don't tell me that your valuation is 10 million if you cannot make more than 10 or 15K a month. It's quite easy. Make it realistic. Or show that you can make it different. If you cannot convince me of your valuation, it's perfectly fine for you to come at a later stage. You need to be the best. And if the investors are not giving you the money, then it simply means they don't feel like you're the best, and they should give you their money because they don't feel like they're going to get any in return. It's easy. They give you money not because they like you, but because they want to make money out of that money. They want to multiply it. And if they like you and trust you, then that probably steers them a little bit into more we should give this guy some funding. But back on their head, they're calculating if they're going to get any back, and if they're actually going to make the multiple, the 5-10 times they want to make. Depends on their strategy. So if you can convince them of this, then it will happen. But don't let them stop at the valuation and say oh, this doesn't make sense, we have to end the meeting. And it happens, it happens very often, and founders get really sad, they get sad, pissed, they start throwing things. I've seen people yell and throw stuff at a meeting just because someone didn't accept their valuation. Dude, if you ever do that, you're done. You're not going to get anything out of that meeting ever again. One more thing is if you're very vague, if I ask you a question and redirect, or you answer very in general, or you don't answer at all, it's not going to work. You need precise, concise answers to everything. And ideal if you can present the argument even before I ask, before I even make it verbal, because what are your weaknesses. You know, or you should know. So ideally, like, you present them at the beginning, you present them before someone can ask. You know, if there's a huge competition, you lead with that. You lead like, hey, we know this is high competition here, but we are here to take these guys' lunches. Like, we attack them because we know how, right? So lead with that. It can be absence of traction, like that sucks if you don't have any traction, like what you're doing here. Like, you want money and you cannot show you have traction, like it needs to be there. Or you know, a bad pitch deck. Like, if you don't have a good pitch deck, it's going to be very hard for investors to understand, like, what should they do with you, like, you know, where you're going, how much money to give you. Like, it's not going to work, right? So traction, pitch deck, or away questions, like, it's not going to help you very much. So make sure you nail it like down, like that's good. Your valuation is good, and then work on your communication and show that you as a founder, as your team, like, you're the best at what you do and you're ready to fight. Like, you're here to take that money on the market. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you didn't get pissed too much, or maybe I hope you did a little bit, you know, because then you can like actually think about it, like what you're currently doing, and if it's not getting you any results, then maybe you can, you know, tweak it a little bit. So let me know what you think. Subscribe for more videos if you want to watch other videos on this topic. And if you're fundraising in the next months, then you should definitely be part of our community. Join our Discord, join our community, and let us know how we can help you raise faster and bigger at a valuation that's acceptable for you. Thanks for watching.